My name is Christy Skonechny, and I am a clinical resource nurse, and I am the program coordinator for the Veterans Initiative program here at Community Hospice. Veterans have life experiences that require a more personal approach at end of life, and at Community Hospice and Palliative Care, we honor our veterans and the unique needs of those who have served our community and our country in the military.
I'm an American Legion member, and I was a service officer for years. A lot of times you would get a phone call from a widow who would say, "The veteran just passed away, what do I do now?" Those are heartbreaking phone calls when you get them. Community Hospice and Palliative Care took care of both of my parents when they went through their end-of-life stages, so I've known them for over a decade. So I just thought in my mind, maybe if I volunteer with Community Hospice, I can get to the veteran and the family prior to end of life to make sure that they understand all the resources and the benefits that are available.
The care coordination for our veterans is very important, and luckily we have a pretty streamlined process. So it actually starts with our admissions team. They do a little bit of a pre-screening to see if somebody is a veteran, and then in our initial assessment we get more information, and that's where we can really see what services we may need to connect or what other disciplines we might need to get into. So once I've talked with the veteran and their family and gotten all of that initial information, if they are interested in a pinning ceremony, then I will reach out to the volunteer coordinators, kind of go that route. If anything comes up that I think the medical team might need to know, I make sure I relay it to them. And then we actually do a lot of coordination with the VA and different community resources as well.
In our inpatient units, we proudly display the Veteran Branch of Service flags outside the door of the veterans in our care, and when the veteran passes away, we present the Branch of Service flag to the family.
Our director, Ashley, contacted me and said, "JP, would you mind doing a pinning ceremony for a veteran at Hadlow?" So I came to Hadlow, I met Ashley, I met the nurse in charge of the veteran. And the nurse told me directly that the veteran probably will not respond. He's non-vocal and he's really on his last days. And I said, okay, let me do the pinning ceremony anyway. So we went into the room, there were other family members in the room. I read the ceremony, we did a Pledge of Allegiance, which is part of it. I gave the certificate to the family and I asked them to put the pin on the veteran. The veteran made eye contact with me when I first walked into the room. Because I made a couple of veteran jokes to him, I think is what brought him alive a little bit. But then at the end of the ceremony, I stood at the end of his bed and I did a slow hand salute. And by golly, he saluted back. Everybody's mouth just dropped open. From then on, I knew these veteran pinning ceremonies are extremely important to veterans, especially if a veteran can do them.